Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to Monday. Today is Monday, October 16th, 2023. My name is SonjaMarie. What's happening? Welcome to the weekly rundown where we speak about, talk about, convene, and also put a little spirituality in the middle of and surrounding the astrological weekly forecast, like what's going down in the sky at this time and how it resonates with us. You'd have to figure that out on your own during your daily walk. However, I'm letting you know the energy that's going around this week. And just to keep us prepared, to keep us moving, to keep us grooving, to keep us evolving. I'm so glad that y'all can show up. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I appreciate you being here. If this information resonates with you, please like and share. Do all the things that we do here on YouTube. I would love to grow this channel, or else I'm probably gonna end up shutting it down because I'm doing my own little reworking of a business model as I prophetically and passionately explained in the video prior to this during Freestyle Fridays. So I'd appreciate if you can get the word out. I'd appreciate if now and again, if this information hits you, you can donate to the channel by hitting the Venmo link below in the description box, as well as a PayPal link or a Cash App link. And by the way, I just want to say this. Since the last eclipse special that we did last Wednesday, up until today, like for real, folks have come out. And what I mean by that is like folks I haven't heard from that I didn't even know was watching me started dropping donations. And I appreciate you. I think y'all heard my heart. Not that I needed your money, but I needed your energy. You understand what I'm saying? So for those that listened, heard me, passed the plea for the money, because it's never really about money. Y'all do know that. I'm not going to go there today. I'm just not. But I want to say thank you. I want to say that you have not gone unnoticed. I really, 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 really appreciate you. All right, we're going to jump into this week. What's going on? Who's here in the place to be? Zena's here. Tatiana, you back? What's up, Robin? How you doing, Rabbi Rob? And Angela Hill. Angela Hill. What's going on, Imani? Kennedy? Just Brianna with an O. What's going on, Zoe? And Sweet Tea. D's Delectable. That crazy Gemini, right? Yeah. I don't know why I get you and your girl confused. I'm like, who's a Leo? Who's a Gemini? You the Gemini though. I remember. KB is here. Marlena Weston. Hi. You look very new. Thank you for being up in the place. And if this information resonates with you, please, Marlena and anybody else, hit that like button. It lets YouTube know in this weird ass algorithm sort of thingy that I'm doing my job. And they can create the rhythm in which people can see us a little bit more. Get some of this information on them. You dig what I'm saying? All right, so here's a couple announcements that I want to say in regards to my effort for preparing y'all for my new business model. I want y'all, if you want to get any discount information for readings or for anything, if you want to get some guided meditations by your girl, if you want to get some periodical mantras for us to follow, please, and very, very please, go to my website and go to the bottom of any page and subscribe to my newsletter. Okay, I'm gonna get really, really active in my newsletter and giving out practical information, also resources and references in regards to astrology and spirituality, different modalities. Please, it's free, y'all. It's absolutely free, 99. All you got to do is go to my website at wordlifeastrology.com and subscribe. And I'll send you the newsletter as well. And again, you can get up on them discounts and everything that I just mentioned. Please and very please. I'd appreciate that thing there. All right. Okay. Let's get going. How y'all feeling today? How was that new moon solar eclipse on Saturday? Was it good? Was it good on you? Did you feel it? Please, yo, talk to each other and essentially talk to me because I'm going to read these comments back later on. You know your girl can't see. completely, but I hope it felt good, especially for the cardinal signs, Cancer, for Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, and Aries, right? It opened up some new portals for us to lead differently. Cardinal signs are leaders. Okay, so it opened up portals for us to lead differently with Libra energy at the helm. So, how did that hit you? Did you feel anything? Let me share with y'all, by the way, since I'm asking you. It was very subtle for me, or at the very least, haven't seen it yet. Let me just say that. Either I haven't seen it, or the feeling that I had on Saturday was it. And I was like, whoa, that's subtle, but that's dope. Like, just like a little, like, you know how when you get an adjustment and like chiropractic services and you go in there all broken up, and the one thing that motherfucker does is next thing you know, you're like, I could dance, I could break dance, I could do a jig. Ow, what? Like, that's how I felt on Saturday. Like, somebody just like adjusted me, chiropractic move. And I was like, whoa, what is this new perspective? What is this new brand new energy coming through me? What am I feeling? More than anything, I was thankful as heck. So you know what I did? Sharing my situation as y'all talk about your own new moon solar eclipse experience on Saturday. So you know what I did? I don't do this oftentimes because I don't want astrology to lead my life. I like it to influence. Know what I mean? Because nobody's bigger than God. Nobody's bigger than spirit. Okay? So anyway, so I don't go to my chart every now and then. I mean, often. So I went and I was like, wow, why do I feel this thing? Why do I feel this thing? Do you know, y'all, that new moon solar eclipse in Libra sat directly on my Jupiter. I said, what? The abundance, the gratitude, the thankfulness, the chiropractic move, like open your heart and get it. That's what I felt, like literally sitting at the light. All of a sudden, I was like, hey, who's in here? Who got my heart? Who got my chest? Who's opened me up? I got all scared, like the crab that I am. Like, oh, I don't want to show too much. And all day I was just happy, hugging people, running up to strangers. I had to catch myself, y'all. I went to the cigar bar. I love cigars, by the way. Mary Hill, not Owe, y'all in here. Phoenix, you in here? Anyway, the bottom line is I went to the cigar bar and haven't seen somebody in forever. Again, telling stories, letting y'all talk. And I'm gonna be done in a minute because we got to get to the week, right? And I saw a guy that I hadn't seen since graduation, Hampton graduation, 1992, y'all. I turned around, all this love, all the Jupiter shit. I was like, hey, and I just jumped up and grabbed him. He was like, hi. I'm like, oh, okay, well, hi. And not only that, he was like, this is my wife. I'm like, dude, I don't want you. I'm just being happy. But she caught on to my happiness. She was like, hi. I was like, can I hug you? And she's like, yeah. I have to laugh at myself sometimes because the shit just all the love, Danielle, all the love. You know me. You know me. I know you know me. I know Danielle J. You know me. I just want to get that love on them with that Jupiter influence. What the fuck? Like what? Oh, sweat. So how did it work for you? Let me see if I can read any of these gosh darn things. What degrees did the eclipse happen in, honey? 21. 21 degrees Libra. Where's that fall Zoe in your chart? We do have the biggest hearts, Brittany, and I swear to goodness, when we decide to shut it down, it's very, very difficult to pry that bitch back open. I got that hit today. Can I share download? I'm gonna wait for y'all to tell me the answer. Not unless y'all want me to just go to the weekly rundown. Please put the likes up. I appreciate if any of this information is about to resonate with you. I think y'all can foresee that. Y'all want to hear my download? My sleep has been off and purging like crazy. Cancer, Sun, Capricorn, rising. Let's go, Cancer. Let's go, KB. And okay, I'm gonna share the download. Okay, even though two people answered. You know why? Because I believe that it pertained to me. A lot of things that I share with y'all, not a lot, but at least 40% probably pertains to me. But I'm prompted to share because if it works for me, maybe it could work for somebody else or not. It's okay. But it comes so fiercely through, you know? So I was walking around the house and I was hit again by the most simple message And again, it hit me in a whole nother way because that new moon solar eclipse landed on my Jupiter, opened up my heart, and allowed me hugging and kissing and just being wide the fuck open. Spirit said, you got to keep loving. You got to keep opening. You got to keep giving them the heart that you were born with. And I instantly clamored up, y'all. Knowing damn well that the information that's in that simple expression from spirit was just all I needed. Let me go further. As a Cancer, every sign, every energy has its way of defending itself. Y'all do know that, right? We can agree to that, right? Yes, yes, y'all. This is my teaching moment because I'm in the village hut now and I feel like teaching everybody when I'm in the village hut. So would y'all agree to that? Like every sign has its way. Danielle, she's a Taurus. She may get stubborn, shut down. She don't want to deal with you. She gets punishing, like back up. I'm not trying to fuck with you. Hope you don't mind me using you as a guinea pig, Dan. Aquarius, they get detached. They ain't fucking with you. I don't care nothing about you. Not that they don't care, but they don't express it in their emotions. So they shut down and get really, really detached and stay heady. Again, everybody has their thing. Cancers, we put that shell over us. And I've said this to a friend of mine not too long ago. And we can potentially become very, very bitter because the shell is protecting our blessing, our gift, what we're supposed to do. And like the young lady said it, I believe is a lady, forgive me if I'm off in gender, but like the person said, Cancers give so much. That's what we do from our heart space. Sometimes too much, sometimes unsolicited, all of that, but it's a lot. But when we shut down, all that energy is kind of reverting back into us and literally choking us, making us bitter. Because I can't share my love. Have you ever seen a bitter ass Cancer? Have you? Like for real? Anybody on here? Marlena says, how do Sages defend themselves? They take him. I couldn't get out my mouth fast enough. They take flight. They take flight. They get the fuck up out of Dodge. They run. They literally, pew, like the Roadrunner. They go because they feel like their freedom is threatened. So they take off. That's Sagittarius. Yes, ma'am. I'm overextended. Mother is there. You go, Zoe. I'm sorry. I read that all messed up for the people who are seeing the recording. Zoe says, yes, ma'am. My overextended mother is a Cancer sub. LOL. Okay. I don't know what that means right now. In any case, all right. And that's that. I just wanted to share that with you. I think I completed that thought. Y'all forgive me. The downloads that are coming, to be open. Thank you. It's to remain open. And again, I got clamored up because the Cancer in me was like, they're about to come from my heart. They're about to see my heart again. I don't want them to see it. Because humans oftentimes from a subconscious space, unconscious space, can put a dart right in the middle of your chest and be like, I didn't mean it, while you bleeding out. It's not enough to be like, I didn't mean it. It's not enough of fire signs to say, well, those were just words. Words hurt. Words hurt. And you can't get back on words. You can't come back on words, y'all. You can't. You just can't. All right, let me not go on to too many downloads because I really feel like part 2 from Friday. If y'all was a Freestyle Fridays, y'all know. And I don't want to do that today. I just want to stay to the facts. Greetings to you, Naisia. Much love to you. Please take the time to ask any questions or make any comments that you would like for me to expound on. I'd appreciate that. It gets the conversation going. Yep. But if you want me to see it, put exclamation points in front and behind, or a question mark in front or behind the sentence. I do oftentimes get off here and realize that I missed a couple of questions, and I'm like, gosh darn it, I didn't see that. But that helps me, y'all. You help me, help you. Okay. I appreciate that. Let's get going. Today is Monday, and the moon is in Scorpio. Y'all feeling deep? Y'all feeling deep like? The moon is definitely in Scorpio. I love when the moon is in Scorpio. And if y'all don't remember, I always talk about where the moon is throughout the week because it garners our emotional reaction to things. And if we're not aware of how the we are reacting or how the energy in the atmosphere wants us to react, oftentimes we can go against it. So I say that to say is that the moon is in Scorpio. If you come across people and your children for that matter, anybody that wants to talk deep and wants deeply and wants to talk about their emotional maturity and or the lack of it, they want to bring out stories and or occurrences that happen that may have hurt their feelings, altered their perspective, made them mad, or whatever the case may be. Listen, just listen. What I recognize about people, here's a download. Good God, I said I wasn't going to do it. What I recognize about people oftentimes, and including myself, there may be times where people want to emote, want to share, want to enlist your wisdom or viewpoint for that matter. Um, and it comes off very emotional, comes off really heavy. And if you're sensitive or empathic, you feel it coming before they actually say the words, literally like a wave of something. And then sometimes we as the receiver want to run or shut it down, especially when the moon is in Scorpio. I'm letting y'all know. Why? Because it goes deep. Scorpio don't know how to deal with frivolous shit. Here's what I would say. Because we're so sensitive right now, because there's way too much going on in the world, and that we all really, really, really are vulnerable and need to be heard. If you don't want that energy to get on you, you don't have to respond. If you have children or partners that are coming to you and you want to keep things light and airy, you don't want to pay attention to news, you want to kind of shut things out, and people want to talk, just listen. People want to divulge that information, especially those that are close to you. Just listen. Oftentimes when people are sharing emotions, they don't really need too much of a response. And I learned that the hard way. Squirrel, Sonya used to give everybody advice back in the fucking 90s and the 2000s. They didn't even ask me. And I'd be like, you know what you should do? In my youth, stepping up to people, divulging my deep emotions and feelings in spaces and places that they're not even warranted. But again, I learned that lesson. But sometimes I realize that even in those moments when people dumping shit or talking about stuff or expressing themselves carefully, they just want you to hear. They just want you to listen. Remember that today or tomorrow for that matter, if somebody enlists you to do that, okay? Especially because that moon today, this is the only aspect for today. The moon in Scorpio is opposition Jupiter going reverse. Make sure your determination helps you to balance the blessings coming in. Don't overdo it. Just be aware. Meaning, so we can look at that moon in Scorpio as determination, in which I wrote in my notes, or we can look at it as emotional probing, right? But whatever that Scorpio moon wants to present to us, we have to balance it out with that Jupiter energy, because Jupiter will say, give more, give more, give more. Oh, it's going retrograde? Okay, retrograde? Okay, we're going to get more after we reveal the things that don't work to give more. It could be too much oftentimes. So you have to balance out what we're feeling, our determination, with the response that can come, with the things that the results that can come. I hope y'all getting this. Because I think I kind of over-explained and backed myself up into a corner. Be aware not to overdo anything today. Scorpio moon is determination, is passionate. Jupiter is huge as fuck, but it's in Taurus. And they want to balance each other out. Okay? That huge as fuck Jupiter wants to give more. Scorpio's like, I'll take it, but you got to balance it out because we're not clear right now. There's a lot, not only confusion, but there's a lot of emotional vulnerability and lack of that's happening all at one time. We're literally walking on an emotional tightrope. So that's why listening is best without giving too much, without taking too much. Just be neutral today. Y'all feel that? Marlena Weston, you are absolutely new here. Why is yes, y'all. to the beach. You know why? Because this is word life astrology. Word life, word up, doc, on the ultimate. Like from the streets. From the streets, we evolve. From that street mentality, we evolve. From the word, we evolve. So in order to validate and or come together with a response, I said, you know what, just be like, yes, yes, y'all. Like word, like yes, yes, y'all. That's what that thing is. I'm glad you love it and welcome. So thank you, y'all, for assisting the sister. Let's keep it going. On Tuesday, the moon being in Scorpio still, it's going to turn into Sagittarius, though, at 3:36 p.m. So the emotional vibration is going to change like midday tomorrow. 3:36 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 12:36 p.m. on the west side of life, right? So we're going to feel a little shift that's going to go from deep recollections of our emotions, of our determination, of our passion, of sex. This is all Scorpio energy when it comes to expressing. Okay, it's going to turn from that to the happy-go-lucky Sagittarius energy that wants to take over the entire week. We got to talk about that, all right? But before it goes into Sag, it's in Scorpio and it wants to tantalize Neptune going reverse. Why? Because Neptune is in Pisces, the moon is in Scorpio. That's a trine. They work really, really well together. So your passions, fishes for inspiration, go for the ride. Also, determination to beat addictions, dig deep into it and kick it. Two things I want to talk about. The passion that you want to find. The passion fishes for the inspiration. Thank you. Let me say that again. The passion fishes for the inspiration. Tomorrow, you may feel like I got to do something. Neptune, help me out. Let me pray. Let me ask God. Let me ask Spirit. Let me ask my ancestors. Let me meditate. Let me be quiet. Let me drink a lot of water. Okay? If your passions are looking like, I need to feel, I need to be inspired, I need to spark, go to Spirit. Go to your prayers. Go to the gentleness of things. You're not going to find it in aggressive spaces and places. Okay? You got to go inside. Or if it doesn't hit you that way, it could possibly hit you in a way in which you are determined to beat your addictions. The moon in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces, especially going reverse, is about realizing the escapisms in your life, the things that you've held on to. Which on some level, it's a download and it's a straight like emotional moment because squirrel and Marlena, we say squirrel, I say squirrel when I'm diverting and then I'm coming back. For the new people, squirrel. The bottom line is this. We are all changing and we're evolving and our security blankets are being taken away from us. Yeah, think about it like that. As a child who wants that red blanket, that's the perfect size, that sits from the chin all the way down to the belly button, but you can put your thumb in your mouth while you play on the blanket. All of our security blankets in this moment in time are being eradicated, ripped from our hands. You get that? There's nothing we can hold. The escapisms that we want to hold on to in Neptune could be saying, I know I need to go. But the moon in Scorpio tomorrow is like, yes, you do. And I need you to help. I need to help you to be determined to let that go. We don't need the security blanket anymore. We're not 6. We're not sucking our thumb. And nobody's coming to get us. Let me say that again. They are coming to get us. They are coming to get us, but we are protected by Spirit. And I'm being funny and facetious because I believe that they're all watching us. They're watching us now. They're on this goddamn YouTube. They can click stop, like in 3, 2, 1, and you won't see my face. They're watching. They're coming to get us, but they can't get us. That Neptune shit is our inspiration. So the moon in Scorpio says, I need to be determined tomorrow to stop you from relying on these safety nets, these safety blankets, your addictions and your escapisms. You understand? So you can what? Rely on new things to pull you through. Because those old escapisms are just not working anymore. They're not strong enough. They helped when you was 6. What's going to help you when you're 56? The same blanket? The same goddamn cigarette? I'm just saying. Sex? The same cupcakes? What do you know that's holding you back? Tomorrow is a good day to face that from an emotional standpoint, is what Scorpio Moon says. I can help you. I can go deep with you. I'm not going to judge you. I just want you to get up over this so spirit can be the priority in your life, not the addiction and escapism and the distractions. Okay. On Tuesday, tomorrow, Mercury is going to quincunx what sign is Mercury in again? Libra, I think, right? Yep, because Uranus is in Taurus. That's a quincunx. So Mercury in Libra will quincunx, which is an irritation. Uranus changes and instant realizations, irritates plans and/or how you used to think. That goes alongside with the moon in Scorpio, helping with these addictions and these escapisms and trying to reconnect your imagination and your relationship with spirit, right? On some level, these changes, these new perspectives, you understand, are starting to fuck with your brain. Hello? Yes, yes, y'all. There's a confirmation moment. Why? Because I need my blanket. Now I'm going crazy because I don't have my blanket. Why is it starting to fuck with your brain? Because 2 years ago, you invested in a building, right? $200,000 in a building that's no longer for sale. And if it's, how about this? This is a better example. The building that was for sale, you invested in that shit, but now the shit is condemned. You lost money, you lost time, you lost energy. Yeah. Now you got to come up with a different plan because shit has changed. But the irritation comes from the fact that I don't want to get up off of that building. I spend too much time. What's the lawyer? Who can I call? Ghostbusters, bitch. Why? Because Uranus is saying it's time to change. Have we not been talking about Uranus changing in Taurus for the last year and a half, y'all? Grazing up against the North Node. Come on. Does this make sense? Have y'all been paying attention? Because I've been paying attention. I'm just playing, being facetious. But the bottom line is that these changes that need to happen want to fuck with our head space. I've done too much, especially the heady people, air signs. Tomorrow you may think, I'm not changing. I got my new car. I got my situation. I don't need a new car. I don't need this. I don't need that. You possibly do. I know you got the car last week, but something's wrong with it. There's a recall. Get another one. You see what I'm saying? Release, surrender what you think you know tomorrow so the changes can continue to happen for you. It ain't done yet, y'all. Okay. The moon in Scorpio will sextile Venus in Virgo. So stay in your expressions, extreme sensitivities and awareness to stimulate passion and the love to service and locate the details. I love when Scorpio and Virgo get together. I really, really do. On some level, it's very, very not interesting. It's a beautiful dance. Why? Because Scorpio energy can be quite aggressive, but percolating aggressive. If that makes any sense. It's like under the surface aggressive, like go get that motherfucker. That kind of feel, right? And Virgo is everything but. Virgo is like the naive kind of like, I just want to organize and be good to people. Right? And the Scorpio can see that. That Scorpio energy goes, oh, they're not a threat. They're actually a little naive and they just want to help me. So when Scorpio energy in the moon gets together with Venus energy in Virgo, it's about expressing that determination to want to service. You feel like you can trust it because moon in Scorpio, I don't know if y'all know this, doesn't trust anybody. Scorpio energy doesn't trust, period. But it can trust that Virgo energy. Basically asking that you be determined to have service, to open up your heart, to be more service oriented, to find the details of what you need to do to access your value, your self-worth, your coins. Venus is about money too. Does this make sense? Am I losing y'all? Y'all good? Yes, yes, y'all. Any questions, comments, concerns? Again, I don't like this weird ass one-way mirror. Hello? Y'all there? But I know this is getting y'all. Again, be determined about getting that value, the worth and who you are, to see that in a detailed level. Another example, thank you, Spirit. Another example, which I'm being prompted to tell you, is the fact that possibly maybe is calling you to be determined to look for the worth in you. Please. Squirrel, there's a lot of people that don't feel like they have no worth in this game. Why am I here? I'm just gonna go to work 9 to 5, come home, make my kids something to eat, make my husband something to eat, make myself something to eat, feed a dog, go to bed. Same thing over and over and over and over and over. Right? You can admit. However, with this position, it's saying with the moon in Scorpio, dig deeper to look for your value and for your worth in a more detailed way. Know that you're on this planet for a reason, and sometimes it's a little hidden. Sometimes you can put layers and layers and layers and layers and layers of responsibility that don't have shit to do with you, Virgo style. So you can't see your worth. Well, Scorpio says, I'm busting through that shit because I need for you to see. We need for you, Virgo, Venus, to stay awake because you're the only motherfucker that's going to save people, that wants to save people. Everybody else is going for themselves. Do y'all hear that? We have to keep the humanitarian, more specifically, the caring humanitarian, the on hands value and worth of Venus and Virgo alive. The care to be able to see how to service, the care to be able to see what your worth is, the care to be able to see detailed oriented. Why am I on the planet? Why am I here? Girl, y'all. I said, girl, y'all. I could talk all day today. We ain't doing it. Okay, we got a good time. If this is making sense to you, please, please, please give me a little like on this gosh darn YouTube thing and donate to the channel. Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App is just below in the box. Now, on Tuesday, that moon goes from Scorpio to Sagittarius, like I warned y'all, right? And now the game has changed because, Scorpio is red and black colors. Scorpio is underneath the ground. Scorpio is prodding and powerful and creative and destructive and sensual, right? And moves slowly with great intention. Whereas Sag again wants to be free. Sag wants an adventure. Sag wants the education. Sag wants the spirit. Sag wants not spirit, Neptune spirit, but the spirit of doing things good from an exuberant kind of space. Hope that makes sense. Not a space of connecting and talking to God. Sagittarius would rather not talk to God because Sag don't. That's something that just hit me. I joke about that all the time. Here's the running joke. The running joke is that Sagittarius energy, whether it's in your moon, your sun, your fucking Venus, your Mercury, don't matter. I'm talking about the energy. Sagittarius energy has a way of wanting to know all the information, the resources, wanting to know where God lives, and will drive Sonja to where God lives and be like, peace, tell God I said what's up. That's Sagittarius energy. Why? Because this is what just hit me. Because Sagittarius pride themselves on telling the truth. They don't want to hear the truth from God. You see how they're running away from their own blessing? They don't want to hear the truth from God. That Sagittarius energy moves so fast, it doesn't have time for application oftentimes. So with the moon in Sagittarius running amok through this week in a good way, but it could kind of like upset some shit. And I'll explain that in a minute, right? I want y'all to be aware that this moon in Sag wants to push us through with exuberance, with joy, with good times, with spirituality, doctrines and standards and morals, with opportunities to travel and expand ourselves. Yes, the moon in Sag says, let's go to fucking Palm Springs for the weekend. Yes, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. We can be in those spaces and places, right? But we got to remember the seriousness of the time. Does that make sense? Let me go further. So the moon in Sag at the end of tomorrow, damn, we're only on Tuesday, will square Saturn in Pisces. Moving too fast, you may not get the lingering lessons. Joyous perspective is needed, but stay aware on this discipline. So the bottom line is that Saturn is about discipline. It's about restrictions, limitations, all that shit. It's the grandpa, taskmaster. And Saturn in Pisces has been teaching us, making us more disciplined with what? Spirit. Okay? The moon in Sag is like, I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that. I told you I'm going to drop you off at God's house. I ain't got time for being spiritual and being disciplined about that shit. So you want me to meditate every morning for 10 minutes? You want me to say these mantras? Kids are crying. I ain't got time for that. Gotta go to the store. I ain't got time for that. I'm building my empire. I'm making that cash. I'm traveling. I'm putting fucking stamps in my passport. I ain't got time for that. Until you do have time for that, and you got to pray to God to help you get up out of the motherfucking mud again. I'm defending God. I am. Don't do that to yourselves this week, okay? And I know for good reason, with the moon being in Sag, we want to kind of move past these weird feelings and being so incredibly disciplined to what spirit wants to say and this truth that's beaming through. On some level, we just want a fucking Sodom and Gomorrah moment. I'm just saying. Is it just me? I just want 5 minutes to run outside naked and give it to them all and just be fucking out of my mind for a minute without being so cognizant of all this energy that's around me. Is it just me? Can y'all talk to me? So tomorrow with that moon in Sag squaring that Saturn in Pisces, remember, you can move, you can find the adventure, but you can't forget God and the discipline of. On Wednesday, again, the moon is in Sag, full flesh, and now it wants to square Venus. By the way, square Sodom and Gomorrah was not an actual reference that I was saying that we need to slide in. You know, I'm a poet, and I become very extreme when I come with my examples and visions and analogies sometimes for a laugh, but to really make a point. Okay, so I hope nobody got their panties in a bunch about Sodom and Gomorrah. That's not where I live. All right. Okay. I have to be cognizant because you don't know who's on this thing. The man? Are y'all here, Meta? Anyway, so the bottom line is this. On Wednesday, that moon in Sag, when we wake up, it wants to square Venus. Remember, Venus is in Virgo. We got to protect this little Venus Virgo energy this week. And we got to protect this the Pisces energy with Neptune being in Pisces and Saturn being in Pisces. Why? Because they're literally trying to be the responsible ones. Pisces being responsible for spirit and know where we're going. Virgo being responsible for the logical and knowing how to execute a thing through detail. You understand? And through service. You get that? But we're in this weird moment in which we want to move forward. We want to go fast. We want to go for self. I'm going to leave that alone. I was about to download and go somewhere else, but I'm not going to do it. The moon in Sagittarius on Wednesday will square Venus in Virgo. So watch your selfishness and or your dedication to the bigger picture, that you don't appreciate the organization. Say that again. Watch your selfishness and or your dedication to the bigger picture, that you don't appreciate the organization, that you don't appreciate the details. Again, Sag wants to plow through this week, y'all. Be aware. And if you are a Sag or a fire sign, you will quickly hitch your fucking boat to this goddamn road. I don't know what I just said. You will hitch your bike to the road. Whatever the case may be, fire sign energy is going to go right along with that Sag energy. Aries, Leo, and Sag. So be careful how you respond. You think, oh, I'm getting out of Dodge. This is a great opportunity. But are you disconnecting? Because there's no reason to jump in a new opportunity with that new moon solar eclipse on our heels. There's no reason to jump into a new opportunity if you don't have God on your tongue, if you don't pray before you go. Y'all see what I'm saying? We can move, but we got to be aware, as always. So if we're paying attention to the bigger picture, that's a good thing. But pay attention to the bigger picture, Saturn's Sagittarius style. But the value comes in the details. The value is seeing what I need to do. Now, okay, let me start with this. Okay, let me go over here now. Okay, let me do this. Y'all get me? Outline your shit. To-do lists. Stay in the exuberance of moving forward, but make sure you handle almost everything to the best of your ability and in a thorough way. Boom. Wednesday, the moon in Sagittarius has hasty expression. Oh, Hasty expressions threatening your opportunities. Do not let hasty expressions threaten your opportunities. The moon in Sagittarius, remember, it could promote foot and mouth disease. Your expression, your knee-jerk reaction to things would be like, what? That's not what I think. Your mother is a bonehead. What the hell? Did you just talk about my mother? Again, the truth will come out the mouth through the expression, through the emotions. And it could very well shut down and irritate, that's the quincux, Jupiter's blessings. Don't do that to yourself. And the opportunities that are coming, because why? You spoke too soon. You put your foot in your mouth because you thought your truth was everybody else's truth. That's really Sagittarius's need to express truth for them, because they feel that the truth that they know, since they research a lot, Sagittarius energy, research a lot, they're out there in the world, they're traveling, they feel that they have gathered up all the information possible. And they're smart for it, but they don't know the emotional connection oftentimes that makes you want to do a thing. So do you know the truth in that way? That person's truth in that way? All I'm saying is this. If you want to speak your truth, that's cool, but there are consequences. Always. Always. Okay? Also, here's where it gets a little hairy. So on Instagram, I was talking about how Neptune, I think I was alluding to this if I didn't say it directly, that Neptune is being squashed this week. Again, Pisces energy on some level, with that moon being in Sag. Well, the sun is in Libra, and the sun doesn't like Pisces neither. Libra sun doesn't like that Neptune Pisces either. It's a quincux. It's an irritation. It's like, why are you so slow? Why are you so goddamn ethereal? Well, talk to me. Why are you so passive aggressive? That's what Libra energy says to Pisces energy. But it's the sun saying that, which is a big deal. Why? Because it's ego. And it's the source that's literally powering up our movements, our connection, our home field within us, right? So the home field is about partnerships, Libra shit, right? About being fair, Libra shit. And that Libra home field is saying, do we really have to sit back and pray again? It's cynical like that. Haven't I done this thing? Air signs can go along with that. Gemini and Aquarius can be like, yeah, fuck this shit. Fuck God. Not fuck God, but fuck spirit. Fuck spirit. Fuck God. Fuck all of them. I'm not doing this. As a matter of fact, I'm going back into my escapisms because I'm irritated. Y'all get that? Just be careful. Just be careful, because we can utilize that sun in a way in which we stay focused on our partnerships. Now, if our partners come in with some Neptune shit, talking about, I had this meditation and I saw all of this stuff, maybe you're going to get irritated by that. But listen, just listen and see where their influences through Neptune can help you and your vision or your directness from that sun, can help your partnerships, that Libra energy. Don't discredit it. Just open up to new, more new. I hope that makes sense. I'm speaking today. Oh, y'all with me? Y'all with me? Or y'all just listening? I appreciate you. Okay, let's keep it moving. I'm about to be done with this because this is way too much information, and I really want to keep these things a little shorter nowadays. So let's see. Thursday, that moon in Sagittarius is going to be around until it gets hit by the moon in Capricorn, 9:55 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But before that, let's check this out. Mercury's on quincux Neptune. Thoughts and communication is irritated by confusion, escapisms, and or imagination. So y'all hear where I'm going with Neptune getting beat up this week? How many times have I mentioned Neptune thus far? Okay? If you're the note-taking person, count them. Truly. Why? Because Neptune has, again, been protecting our imagination, our spiritual dome. Even though it's going retrograde, it's trying to sift out the shit that don't work so it can get stronger in its protection from a spiritual perspective. You get it? So we have Mercury quincunxing Neptune tomorrow, saying the thoughts that I have, it don't go along with what spirit is saying. Again, fuck spirit. Come on now. We can't do that. Even though it's not on your plan, even though it's not the words that you say, even though it's not, the strategy that you had, Neptune still has a point. And even though Neptune can be a little dreamy and can slow us down every now and again as we're unpacking what needs to be done in our spiritual life, think about the things that you can do to help that along. Or think separately of it. Allow your spirituality to happen for a couple of hours throughout the day. And what I mean by that is to focus on that and then focus on your brain, getting the information down, making the structure, getting organized, the mercurial things. But don't let one irritate the other or throw it off balance, because we need them both. We need our head and we need God. You agree? On Thursday, also, here we go again. The moon in Sagittarius will square Neptune again. Too fast to enjoy the dream? Are you moving too fast to enjoy the dream? Are you moving so fast that you're not hearing spirit? Are you moving so fast that your imagination has been diminished? Are you moving so fast? Are you being selfish? Sagittarius energy is incredibly selfish. When I used to work for Essence Magazine, I did a nice little 8-year run as their columnist in Essence Magazine. It ended at the top of this year. Thank you, everybody at Essence. It was a dope run. Right? Somebody slipped in my and emailed me the only time out of the 8 years. Yep, the only time. And I mentioned that selfish energy that Sagittarius has on, and this person read me. I said, wow. I said, I'm glad you took the time to express your feelings. I guess you needed to get that off of you. Have a great day. I'm not on the attack of what it is that you may or may not do. And how about this? If it ain't you, it ain't you. Keep moving. Why you got to attack? The reason why I say Sagittarius is selfish, because Sagittarius energy is selfish in the best way possible. But like with everything else, it can always tip over into the negative. Sagittarius teaches us to move not only for self, but to keep moving. Sometimes we need to slow down. Sometimes we do need to keep moving and move past it. But that Sag energy says, I'm going to move past to get myself out of the fire. Fuck all of y'all. You'll get there. You know the route. You know the directions. You got GPS. That's what Sag says. That's when it comes off a little selfish without caring about the people that surround them or their ability and capability to move forward as well. I'm just saying, sometimes it can happen, not always. The bottom line is that this moon in Sag wants to threaten again, moving fast, moving in a selfish way, Neptune. The balancing act. The balancing act. At the very least, on Thursday, your dreams could be fucked up and you got nightmares happening. I'm just saying. Utilize a couple of these dope ass meditation joints on YouTube, please and very please, especially for the nighttime sleepy meditation where it plays 8-10 hours, like for real. It helps to adjust your subconscious, right? So Neptune is not being blown the fuck out, because Neptune deals with your sleepy dreams as well, and it's being hit this week. I'm just saying. So if it's not coming up like threatening your escapisms or distractions or spirit, it could be fucking with your dreams. It could be fucking with your sleep, your patterns, sleep patterns. What you gonna do? Focus. Get prepared. Go to bed a little later, a little earlier. What do you do to help you to go to bed so your subconscious can be clear and open? You can rest. I'm just saying. On Thursday, the moon in Sagittarius will sextile Mercury. Okay, right? Or talk out any frustrations and or jubilant expressions of any ideas that you have up until now. The bottom line is that when the moon is together with Mercury, it's about moving, not only moving fast, but it's about moving on those ideas, moving on. Even if you just have to sit down and write them out, to-do lists. Even if you have to sit down and say, okay, I'm going to call Sonja on this. I'm going to call Mike on this. I'm going to call, even if you have to just put it in a journal, you know, the beautiful things that I want in my life and blah, 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 blah. But Mercury says communicate on some level. Tell a friend about any frustrations that you may have or how you want to get to happy. That's a good one, Spirit. How you want to get to happy. What's your plans to get into happy? What's your plans to get into happy? I feel like I'm talking too much. I'm going to keep it moving. The moon in Capricorn at the end of the day will sextile Saturn and Pisces. Oh, poor little Saturn and Pisces going reverse, has been beat up alongside Neptune. So here's the moon in Capricorn changing the game. Capricorn comes in like the grandpa it is, getting serious, cracking a whip, wanting to go to the top of the mountain, succeed in any way possible. So that moon in Capricorn says that put your ambitions to discipline yourself through any hard spots that you may have. Now, back to the discipline. After we had fun with Sagittarius and y'all kind of went off the line, or we went off the line, and trying to consider being aware, doing that little tightrope dance for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Well, let's just say Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. The end of Thursday, here comes Capricorn saving the day. Capricorn energy is like that. Did y'all know that? You have any Capricorn friends or Capricorn family members? They're not like the most exuberant motherfuckers. And they really are not like trying to help you immediately. The only way they're trying to help you is that they consider you a project, and their ego can get boosted for being the reason for making you better. I said it. However, Capricorn energy is really, really about truly, again, snapping into a pragmatic place. It's like, okay, I know the emotions exist. I know this happens. I know you are passionate, but how are we going to take all of that and get somewhere with it? That makes sense? Capricorns, again, it's serious energy. It can be depressive energy too when it's in the moon. So you got to be careful too on Thursday and Friday when this Capricorn moon comes up, because all the things that you may not have done and you think you should have done, in quotes, putting this weird ass critical shit on you, all the things that you may not have done, you can slide into a depression with that Capricorn moon happening. Just keep stepping. Everything that you've done or haven't done was all divine. Don't judge yourself. Be easy on you. Okay. Friday comes along and the sun is in conjunction with Mercury because they're both in Libra. All right. Mastermind the plan. Believe in your mental fortitude. Friday is the day you get up and be like, what the fuck? Oh, my brain is spinning. Okay, let's get it going. Let's call the people, the partners. Let's make sure this thing is fair. Let's be the mediator to other people's lives as well as my own life. Libra energy is really good at making plans for other people. Libra can make a damn master plan for themselves. It just take too long because it's a lot of indecision. You understand? But when the sun, Libra, is in conjunct with Mercury and Libra, it's like, ooh, the master planner has met its match. You get that? So whatever needs to happen in life, or whatever you need to talk about, whatever you need to plan, strategize, make sure around about Friday, you do that in a way in which everybody wins. The win-win situation. Okay? Don't leave anybody out. Even though that moon in Sag said, I'm going, y'all better come on. You know, on Friday, it's like, okay, is everybody around? Do we have the plan to move together now? Y'all good? Did we leave anybody? If we did, go get them. Libra's not like that. Libra is not like Sag. Sag energy is nice, is great in its own way. I'm not shooting people down, or energy for that matter. But Libra knows how to wrangle it and make sure everybody is winning. That's the plan on Friday, Stan. All right? Also, the moon in Capricorn is sitting right and nice with Mars. So check this out. The sun and Mercury is in Libra. The moon and Mars is in Capricorn. That's a motherfucking square. That's 90 degrees. So that means we are all thinking and planning and shining like a Libra in a median partnership kind of way, you know, trying to win-win, and like I just explained. But we want to move practically like the Capricorn energy. You understand what I'm saying? Mars is in Virgo. We want to move like Virgo energy. Let me retract that. We want to move like Virgo energy with details, but who's sparking it? That moon and Cap. That moon and Cap says, okay, I'm awake now. Fuck all this depression. Let's do what we got to do. I'm hitting up this Mars in Virgo because Virgo is a mutable sign and it will absolutely take orders from Capricorn, which is the leader. And now we move. Mars in Virgo, detailed, like discriminating, being critical of your steps, service-oriented, sweet, caring, open, utilizing your heart to service, even if it's just listening to people's hearts. Y'all get this? Also, thank you 33 people for being here. I appreciate your attendance. I really, really do, because you could be anywhere else right now. Even if you're just sitting on the toilet taking a dump and listening to me, I appreciate that. That's sacred time. Also, Also on Friday, that moon trines Venus. That Capricorn seriousness and emotional disciplines grabs the bag and reignites your passion. Come on now. Capricorn's coming in like a boss on Friday. Like, I understand y'all was doing all that thing the last couple of days, but we got shit to do. So that moon in Capricorn is hitting Venus in Virgo, grabbing the bag. Venus is about money. So your ambitions, your successes, at least your execution for your successes, your expressions of your successes with the Capricorn moon can lead to you feeling worthy to grab that bag, to make that money, to ask for more, to understand what your services are really about. Hello? That's what I'm saying. Friday, the moon in Capricorn also trines Jupiter going reverse. Moon in Capricorn, Jupiter in Taurus. They get along. That same Capricorn force and focus allows you to see the blessings and the expansion, big or small. Remember, when Jupiter is around, truly, people always look out for $1 million lottery ticket. People look out for, oh, I got a new car. People look out for the obvious blessings. Jupiter shows up with a nice hug sometimes. Jupiter shows up with, I remember years ago, a friend of mine gifted me this cart. And I live in a building, which the garage is way on the bottom. And if I didn't have that cart that this person gifted me, oh my God, it was a blessing in disguise that lasted me all year. Why? Because a bitch ain't picking up a whole bunch of bags from the supermarket at 53 years old. No, ma'am, no, sir. But that was a little blessing. And Jupiter shows up like that. Like, wow, you have definitely shown your weight in gold, so to speak. Y'all getting this? Mercury also squares Pluto on Friday night. Be very, 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 very careful of that. Why? Mercury, things we say, think, process, plan, can go against power. Remember, Pluto's moving forward now. Pluto is absolutely moving ahead. So we are all feeling confident and powerful within ourselves to initiate a thing, to move forward, to stand in our square, to transform our lives. But if what you think and what is being said to you or what the plan was is not going alongside that, that's an explosion that can happen. At the very least, you can say some shit that can hurt somebody's feelings. At the very least, you can undermine somebody's expertise. At the very least, you can, just talk out the side of your neck, so to speak. At the very least, with Mercury being in Libra, you can concoct your own story about how a thing is, and ain't nothing like that. And when it goes up against Pluto, now you got to blow up off some shit that was concocted in your brain. Libra energy is good for that. Why? Like I said once or twice on here before, because Libra energy does not like to get duped. It likes to be the mastermind before all the other minds. It wants to figure the thing out before its heart gets it. You understand? So the bottom line is, if that Mercury is in, I'm still on that shit. That Mercury is in Libra going up against Pluto. It's like the story that you probably have in your head don't have nothing to do with the power you need to claim. Boom. I love when spirit just drop the one-liners sometimes, because I am a motherfucker that will overtalk. But when the one-liners come in, boom. If I just stay with my one-liners, y'all, this goddamn forecast would be like 2-3 minutes long. For real. And then the next day, so we have Mercury and Libra squaring Pluto, trying to throw you off your square. You in your power now. It's going direct, right? The next day, the sun wants to square Pluto. Come on now. I said here, charming, diplomatic shine threatens your transformative ways and or power. You might need to learn to shine differently with a new sense of power for this new structure. Oh, because if you don't know, squares, these challenging aspects, the sun and Libra going up against Pluto, right? What I'm about to explain, they do help you to grow. It's challenging at first. It goddamn gets under your skin. 9 times out of 10, you don't do what it asks. But if you do, and you play them both in a way in which they can help each other to get stronger, it benefits everything and everybody. So I say all that to say is that the sun in Libra wants to shine in its diplomacy as we are learning how to walk in our power. So if you're powerful, I'm just saying, here's the one line. maybe not. If you're powerful and you feel that thing, the person next to you is also powerful. Why you got to fight them? Why you got to compare? Why you got to compete? Shine together. Not just letting your ideologies, your thoughts, your plan, your ways control the power in which other people should walk. That's not your job. You get that? Watch that Saturday morning. Watch that, because you want to infuse and impose is the best word. Impose your way of thinking and being and the stories that you have on someone else's power. No, thank you. I have my own power. The learning curve comes, oh, what's your power? Maybe I can learn something from you being rooted and convicted in your own power. Maybe I can switch the way I change, the way I feel, the way I shine to accommodate a different sort of power and structure. You want an example? Maybe you got two people sitting beside each other and this one person is glowing. The next person is looking like, all things are well, all things are great, but they're not glowing. Instead of that person glowing and just kind of gloating and getting that thing on them, maybe that person can say, hey, how you doing? How's your power? How are you transforming? What things in your life died, destroyed? What are you creating? It's the encouragement of the rays. It's the encouragement of the rays. So that Pluto person says, well, I've been doing X, Y, and Z. And the sun goes, word? Oh, I thought I was shining. I should take a couple of pages out of your book. You see how they can work together? They can work together if they give a moment to see what the other one is doing. And then they take pieces from each other's influence and shine and move in power and strength and in God. Even better. That's what squares are about. Grow. Saturday, the moon in Capricorn is trining Uranus. It's in Taurus, going reverse. Ambiguous expressions to feed new perspective and change. Let's go. Ambiguous expression. Okay, so the bottom line is like with the moon being in Capricorn, the moon in Capricorn, again, is a successful, ambitious type of energy that wants to push anything and everything to the hilt to be thorough with things. Uranus is saying, yeah, but I'm changing. Okay, cool. Let's be thorough in how we're changing and our expressions and our perspective, because Uranus is about perspective. And the moon in Capricorn says, I believe in that perspective. Let's go hard on that. Again, applying success to your new perspective. Hey, are you here? This makes sense? Y'all good? Yes, y'all. Saturday also, the what is that? Are you serious, Sonia? What is that? Something is sextile in Neptune. Keep your imagination active. That's all I know. I put a big old triangle right there. What the hell? Here's the thing is that whatever is sextile in this Neptune, thank God that we have a little lighter aspect to Neptune based on what was going on. Is that the moon? Yes, it's the moon. Thank you, Spirit. The moon is sextile in Neptune because Neptune is in Pisces. The moon is in Capricorn. Saturday afternoon. So it's basically that moon in Capricorn again, like the boss that it is. It's like, okay, now let's reactivate our imagination, that Neptune shit that we was talking about last couple of days when the moon was in Sagittarius trying to run past it. You understand what I'm saying? Capricorn's like, no, let's reactivate that thing because you need spirit. Again, you need your imagination. You need to reevaluate your addictions and escapisms. But by the end of the day, the moon squares the sun. I'm just going to say Saturday night, if you go out, you got plans, walk lightly because there's going to be a battle of leaders. Why can't I say peace? Everybody wants to be the leader on Saturday night. The moon in Capricorn will square the sun in Libra, two cardinal signs that want to do two things two different ways. The moon wants you to stay in the house and the sun wants you to be out sociable. There's a conflict right there. You know what I mean? Maybe you can go out for a little while the moon in Capricorn says, let me collect some numbers for some business that I want to do in the future. And then you can have a couple of drinks and flirt with some guys because that's what Libra likes to do, or flirt with some women because that's what Libra likes to do. You dig? And then bring your ass home. Don't let them fight. Don't let them fight. Utilize them both for what it is that they want to bring. Boop. Sunday. Only going to tell y'all two things and then I'm out of here. Ooh. Real quick, Venus trines Jupiter. New worth locates the abundance. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, before I go there though, Mercury is going into Scorpio on Sunday. Y'all ready for that? Y'all ain't ready. Mercury goes into Scorpio. Deep thoughts, deep conversations, deep emotions, all that. Passionate determination when it comes to retrieving information from people, even from for yourselves. Like we get into this research energy with Mercury being in Scorpio again, because we want to go deeper. We want to figure it all out. We don't want to leave no stone unturned. That's what that Mercury in Scorpio is about. We'll talk about it further as we go along. What you also need to know about Sunday, though, is the moon squares Mercury, Mercury trines Saturn, the moon squares Mars, the moon squares Jupiter. It's a lot going on Sunday. Cuidado. The bottom line is that with the moon squaring Mercury, the mouth and the heart don't mix up. People can say some things that can hurt your feelings. They're both in cardinal signs, Capricorn and Libra, respectively, the moon and Mercury. So again, it's about who's right. Who's right? Who's the leader? Who got the most information? We're not going to do that, right? Because at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter who the leader is. Doesn't matter who the leader is. It matters the results. You ever had that friend that comes up in a group situation and it's like, hey, what are you guys talking about? Oh, well, Sonja just got a new dress. Oh, I told her about that dress. That place over there, I'm the one that told her about that. I actually gave her $50 to buy the dress. And then I drove her to the store in order to get the dress. I was the one that influenced her. I was the leader in that situation. Give me the props is the point. I actually do have a friend like that, and it's irritating as fuck, to be truthful with you. Because why do we need to validate your ass every single time you do something great? Did you not get enough golden stars when you were a child? Sorry, that's the shit in my head. But the bottom line is, when situations like that happen, buying space for leadership, come on now. Do we really need to go there as adults? You really need to outbeat somebody else, compete with somebody else for being the leader, Rakim? I'm just saying. Also, Mercury wants to trine up against, ain't that a blip? Mercury is saying, but the shit that we know. Okay, so here's the trick. That moon in Capricorn was squaring Mercury in Libra. And then when Mercury goes into Scorpio, that Mercury, the thoughts and all the things that was just said up against that moon, is now in a whole new vibration, and it wants to trine Saturn. So the things that were said possibly maybe help you set up discipline for a more spiritual life. Activate your emotions. Emote. Get some things out. Sunday is a good day to write, to get into your artistic space. Why? Again, because the moon is not playing nice with Mars. The moon is in Aquarius, and it's going to square Mars, which is movement. So there's really not too much to do, or you want to do. And even if you do it, you kind of, trip and fall. Not really, but, steps or missteps on Sunday because the emotions are not going along with the execution and the movement. So stay ass home and write, because Mercury is sitting right next to Saturn, asking you to be disciplined about what you write and what you say, right? Neptune was just being hit the day prior, so your imagination is activated. The moon is also squaring Jupiter. Emotions go against emotional actions and abundance. Oh, shit. So the moon is squaring Jupiter. The bottom line is you can't do too much. There's not too much with the moon squaring Mars. So, and you feel like you have lost your blessings that day. You feel less enthusiastic. It's okay. Stay home. Pray for the people. Right. Okay. That's all I got for y'all today. I'm getting hot and I'm getting tired because you know what I did not do? I didn't eat. And I oftentimes do that. I need to stop doing that to myself. When I drink this tea, though, it gives me a false, it's only green tea, it gives me a false idea that I am full. And then I get hungry and lose steam. Did any of this information hit you in the spaces and places that it needs to? You guys are very, very quiet, and I appreciate you being here. I will also announce again and a couple more times before the new year comes in that I am changing up my business model, and I am hoping that we can become a little bit more committed to our spiritual walk by doing different things starting in 2024. This YouTube may or may not last. I'm not sure yet. I'm really, really not sure because the changes need to happen. And more than anything, more than any change, the biggest change that needs to happen is that, in my opinion, we all need to get more serious about this spiritual walk. Again, it's going to get worse before it gets better. So we got to be stronger from the inside out. And I said to God recently, I'm dedicated to doing that work now. I kind of fell from it before, thinking, oh, I don't want to talk to too many people. I kind of shied away. But recently, I've been feeling a newfound strength and watching the world do what it's doing and crumble, and even people that are close to me and their personality types, and even my own fucking personality and how I can be stubborn and oftentimes, a little shut down, for my emotions. I'm doing my best to change and to rework all of that. And I want to help y'all do that because I get downloads on a daily motherfucking basis, sometimes on an hourly basis. I have a lot of information about spiritual modalities in which I will not share here. Why? Because I don't want nobody tainting me and the information that's coming through and taking my ideas and all of that shit. I can't really control that. But the bigger reason is because I want to get in your face. I want to get in your face because oftentimes what I've learned in the last couple of years, people, again, take popcorn information. They take the readings that you give, take the little homework, and they don't commit. I want to be committed to you like I'm committed to myself. So I'm offering different services in order for y'all to sign up and be committed. That means the other stuff has to dwindle. Y'all got that? But we here now. And I love sharing this information. And I had a wonderful time sharing how I did. But it's time to change. It's time to grow the fuck up. It's time to commit to this walk because we came for a reason. Let's figure that out before they try to come to our psyche, before they psychologically come and grab us. They're already doing it, y'all. The one thing they can't take is our soul. So keep that strong. Y'all want a card real quick? Let's get the fuck up out of here and y'all can have a beautiful day. Let me go through this thing, see if I missed any questions that don't have the question mark in front or behind. Y'all been really, really quiet today, and that's good. I mean, listen, I don't know what's going on when that happens, and I'm tired of trying to figure it out. But I just hope this landed in a way in which helps you and can allow you to expand on what was said or shared. I don't see any questions. Okay, I'm gonna move on. If you do have one, please put that shit up on there right now. Oh, Maya, thank you. Please put the question right now, okay? Because I'm going to pull a card for us that can help us navigate this week. And again, please join my newsletter. Go to my website, wordlifeastrology.com. Go to the bottom of any page and subscribe. It's free. And when you get my newsletter in the email, I'm offering up discounts. I'm offering up mantras. I'm offering up sound vibration videos in which I am going to produce on my own. Sonja's about to go in and deep, but I can only give you that information if you subscribe to my newsletter. Okay? Okay, thank you. All right, I don't see any questions. Please jump in here if y'all have any before I get off this thing. Otherwise, we're going to pick a card. Say a quick prayer. One of my favorite cards, the outsider. This is to all the black sheeps in the room. It's for all the people that feel like, Sonja, I know you want me to commit, but I don't have the money. Sonja, I know you want me to commit, but my mother and father are devout Catholics. Sonja, I know you want me to commit in a way in which you think, spirit, from an ambiguous space with no religion attached, but I don't think my Bible crew is going to understand that. Sonja, I'm the outsider in this situation. I don't even share your videos because I don't want nobody laughing at me. I don't want my auntie calling me the devil when we go to the fucking cookout next week. I'm the outsider. Sonja, nobody really cares. Sonja, nobody is listening to spirit. Sonja, nobody's listening to me. That's very, very untrue. Pride yourself on being the outsider because your perspective is different than the fucking sheep. The small child on this card is standing on one side of the gate, looking through it. He's so small and so convinced that he can't get through. He can't see that the chain that's holding the gate is not even locked. All he has to do is open it. Whenever we feel left out or excluded, it brings up this feeling of being a small, helpless child. It is not surprising, as the feeling is deeply rooted in our earliest childhood experiences. The problem is that because it's so deeply rooted, it plays over and over again, like a tape in our lives. Yo, you have the opportunity to stop the tape, to quit tormenting yourself with ideas that somehow you're not enough to be accepted or included. Recognize the roots of these feelings in the past and let go of the old pain. It will bring you to the clarity to see how you can open the gate and enter that which you most long to become. Ashe, amen, ashe. I'll share a quick download with y'all if y'all don't mind. I truly oftentimes feel like the outsider. And on some level, like as I get older, I love getting older, by the way, y'all. It's so dope getting older. Because things don't hit and land the same. But as I get older, I not only recognize the beauty of being the outsider, I also know, like the card suggested, that if I just open up the gate and walk in the room, walk in the space with the conviction of spirit and the things that I believe in, I'm going to be accepted regardless. Even if people don't say it out their mouths, even if they say it in a weird ass jealousy, competitive kind of way, they're accepting me. Why? How? Because they're acknowledging me. And something I'm doing, something we're doing is irritating their norm. And the norm is what needs to change, y'all, almost always, because nothing stays the same. You locked into a way of being? Come on now, you're going to die with that. You're not going to evolve. You're not doing your soul work. You get that? You don't emotionally mature up until like 30 years old and be like, okay, I got my emotional maturity. I am who I am. Fuck everybody. They don't like me. Kick rocks. Blah, 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 blah. At 30? At 25? You don't even know who the fuck you are. At 40? When you're still trying to like wake up and not do the things that you were conditioned to do? At 50? When you're trying to implement those things against all odds and to open up that gate? At 60, in which now you're sitting back and you're looking at all your friends getting sick and leaving, but you got to be proud of you entering the gate and doing the different things instead of feeling like survivor's remorse or feeling like, oh my God, I did the thing and they didn't. Are y'all hearing me? It's time to open the gate with discipline, with commitment, with value, with vigor. Understanding that what you got, even though it's pink and purple and fucking paisley with polka dots, is valued and is worthy to be shared and to be listened to at the very least. So let's walk in the room, y'all. And if you recognize that you are the outsider, bust through that shit this week. Be like, I got you. This is how I'm going to come with my outsider shit. Let me change the perspective and show y'all something different. Not with ego, with love and grace. Because remember, we got to keep our heart open. That's the only way people are going to hear it. You can't deny love. As hard as it may be to be open and vulnerable, people can't deny love. So keep getting it on them. All right? I love you. Take care of yourself. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see y'all Friday. All right? Adios, amigos.